We are going to have a lot of messy fun today, and I hope that you are excited to maybe try something different. So you know what, let's just jump in and get started. I said I would wait a minute. I guess I'm just having a hard time deciding today. Okay. So the first thing I think that we will do is Brutus Monroe has a new subscription box, and it's only this is the first month that they offered it. It is sold out, but it is a subscription box, so it's something you can sign up for and you would get it for next month. And it's something that's kind of new to me. Actually, it's really new to me. It is an ATC box. So I don't know if you're familiar with artist trading cards, but they are kind of fun. And I haven't actually played with them too much yet, but I wanted to at least show you, preview the kit a little bit with you. And next week I will actually put together some ATCs and we'll go over a little bit more of those. But let's go ahead and I'll switch the camera view over so that you can see the ATCs and what came in this kit. Okay, so it comes in a little box like this, and this is what came in my kit. So ATCs are little cards that are about the size of like a baseball card. And the purpose is usually a lot of people will like just decorate them and they trade them with other artists. For me personally, I think there's a few things you can do with them. One fun thing, I know a lot of people do swaps with them. Like I said, these are new to me. So if I'm missing anything, you guys are welcome to add different uses for them or different things you've done with them in the comments. But Brutus Monroe sells them in packs like this. And I'll show you what came in the kit. Oh, thanks. Benji just handed me my tablet so I can make sure everything's where it needs to be. I could probably move it over a little bit. Okay. So it came with the cards, of course. And then it's got paper. So I've got, you can tell I already got into it once. I'm kind of, unfortunately, bend it up a little bit. So it came with all of this cardstock. There's quite a bit here. So that you can cut these down and use them however you want to. This one's kind of got a patriotic theme to it. Makes sense since it is July. And then this really cool piece of... Who did? Seal. Hi, Seal. And then you've got this specialty paper. This is really pretty. This is, you can see it's a silver metallic and it's got this fun embossed texture to it. Lots of fun things you can do with that.
Amanda says hello.
Hi, Amanda. It also came with a stencil. This one is called Fireworks. Makes sense. I hope you can see that. And then it's got this cute stamp set. It's got all these fireworks. You could use it for any kind of celebration. It doesn't even just have to be the 4th. You've got Let's Celebrate down here, so you can use it for whatever you feel. And it's got this cute red, white, and blue striped ribbon. And then these cute little embellishments. I'm such a sucker for embellishments. They're always the thing that get me. Aren't those cute? I think they're cute too. I love them. I was going to see if these are upside down when I show them to you. Yeah, so I'll show them to you this way so you can actually see them better. Sorry about that. I'm terrible about remembering to turn things around. If I ever do that and you're on, feel free to tell me. It won't hurt my feelings. And then here are some cute little stars. Can you see those? And these teeny tiny bells. I'll show you these first. Look at these teeny tiny little bells. So cute. And these little stars. Oops, I opened them the wrong way. Trust me to do that. You can see they're like bursting. They filled these little jars as full as they could get them. And this is a new product from Brutus Monroe. It's fluid acrylic, excuse me. And I watched Heather Collins do some really fun things with this. It's really, especially I was impressed with how it looked when she watered it down a lot. It gave a really pretty watercolor look, but there's several things you could do with this. So just, that's a pretty good kit. I have to admit, I can't remember if it's either $24.99 or $29.99, and I can't remember which one. So I apologize for that. But I can almost guarantee that next month will be just as impressive. I am never disappointed. Brutus Monroe always has something fun going on. So anyway, we'll do something more with ATCs. I'll use some of the things from this kit, and then I'm going to do some other things from ATCs as well. One thing I will say is if you're somebody who has a hard time, like these are little scraps from different backgrounds I've made, and they're so pretty. I had a hard time just throwing them away, and they just kind of accumulated in my little pile. So I actually, no, you don't need to go back there right now. Sorry. Home stuff. Excuse me. Anyway, so these are little things you could use for little trims and stuff if you want to hold on to stuff like that. I try not to hold on to too many of those things because they can overtake your craft room so fast. But for something like this, like I said, these were so fun. And it was kind of a painstaking process. So I was like, oh, those are really cute. I want to keep those. Okay, but let's move on to what we're doing today. And that is, we are going to play with, this is a jelly plate. So this one, it's made by Jelly Arts. I just purchased it, I think it was Michael's. I also have a gel press, which I love. And my gel press is bigger than my jelly plate. I don't have an affiliation with either one. I just like them both. I thought they both worked just about the same. So I don't really have a preference, but I liked the size of this one and thought it would be fun to do some with this. So if you've never used a gel press, there are a few basic things you should know. One thing, don't throw your little case away because that's how you're going to want to store it. Also, take the time to read what is provided on the care because they do have a few little things that you want to know. Like, hi Ken, how you doing? There's a few things you definitely want to know. One of them is when you store it, you definitely want to store it in this, and you don't want to store anything on top of it because it will take on the impression of anything that's like laid on top of it. Also, let's see if there's any other highlights I should tell you right off the bat. As far as cleaning goes, it says that if you're using water-soluble oil paints or acrylic paints, that just soap and water. Those are the things that they suggest you can use on them. And you will likely get some staining, especially if you're like me and you're going to use a lot of inks and stuff like that. There's going to be stains, and that's okay. Just don't expect it to look this pretty for very long. Also, you want to use, it says, for acrylic paints, use mild soap and water or hand sanitizer or baby wipes. And I don't have any plans to use oil paints, but this says that if you use oil paints, then you should rub the surface with baby oil. So, like I said, I haven't done that. Don't really have any plans. I don't think I even own any oil paints. So, yet, I should say. Okay, so we are going to use...
She loves the gel press. She just doesn't use it enough.
You know what, Amanda? I am the same way. And when I do use it, I want to get the most use out of it as I can because it is a messy thing to play with. So you want to get as many prints done while you've got the mess out. That's how at least my philosophy. So for this one, I'm going to use paper that I wouldn't necessarily ordinarily use just because I usually do quite a few prints. Some are beautiful, some are not so much. And if you get too heavy, it sticks to the gel press, and sometimes it's harder to get it off clean. So this is just it's kind of flimsy, lightweight cardstock. I couldn't even tell you the brand. It's just been in my stash. But that way, for one thing, I don't feel bad if I throw it away. But the nice thing about the gel press is you can use paint and whatever. And so as long as your paper isn't torn or anything like that, you can just keep adding layers. So if you don't like it, you can just do another layer, paint over the top of it. I'm all about that. I love anything that's forgiving. And this is one of the most forgiving things that you can do. So we're going to use this with a stencil. And I've got...
Lonnie's watching.
Lonnie. Hi, Lonnie. We are going to use... I've got several different stencils to choose from. The examples that I have are done with this one. This is... What is this one? This one's Rainbows. Really fun. This one I really like, but because I used it for the samples, I think we'll try something different. I haven't broken in my Dolphins yet. Do you want to try that one? Do you guys have a preference? I'll show you what I have. This is the stencil of the month, which I think is gorgeous. We've got the shells. I can't remember the name of this one. And this one's always pretty too. Is anybody suggesting any?
Nope, not so far.
All right, you guys are quiet today. So let's decide between these two. I think we'll go with the Dolphins just because I think they're so fun. So one thing I did ask Christopher Allen last night.
Seal says use stencil of the month.
What was that?
Seal says Dolphin or stencil of the month.
Okay, we will do the Dolphins. Thank you for your input, Seal. So I did ask Christopher Allen. I was curious because I have some fun. I love all of the mediums that Christopher Allen through Brutus Monroe that you can purchase. Brutus Monroe has a ton of beautiful mediums, and a lot of them are new to me. Like these are Velveteen Glazes. I've shown you the glitter. I don't know that I've shown you the glitter glaze, but I have shown you the Velveteen glaze. I've shown you the chroma glaze. I do have glitter glaze here. I'll show you a little bit of that maybe if we have some time. But these ones are Velveteen, and we are going to play with these today. And I asked him if they were safe to use on the jelly plate, and he said that all of his products are safe to use on the jelly plate, all of his mediums. So good news there. And one thing I want to tell you is that you can use your stencils a few different ways. We're going to take several prints and we're going to do kind of a reverse, and we're going to do kind of a second generation. You'll just have to play with me. So we're going to get kind of a marine feel to this one. So let's get some of these colors. One thing you are going to need is a brayer.
Mary Director's joined.
Hi, Mary. We're playing with a jelly plate. All right, so we're going to get these kind of more aqua colors. These are, I've got Midnight Indigo. I've got Blueberry Bushel. I've got Fresh Kale. And I've got Lima Bean. And I just want to do kind of a mix on this one. So there's several different ways you can apply. You can do it so it's more systematic. You've got, you know, more even patterns, or this one, I kind of want to do this one random. But I'll show you a couple of different ways so that you can get a better sense of how it reacts on your plate. And especially if you haven't seen a gel press used before, then you can kind of have an idea of some, just kind of how they work and how fun they are. So we'll just kind of add a little dab here and there. Like I said, this one's really random, the way I'm doing it.
Seal likes the colors.
They're pretty, aren't they? They have really vibrant, pretty colors. I love these Velveteen Glazes.
Helen Erickson says hi.
Hi, Helen. How you doing? I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. Let's see. What's everybody crafting right now? Anybody have any?
Gina's joined.
Hi, Gina. All right. So like I said, I'm kind of being random, kind of. Not super random, but sort of random. And we'll put a little bit over here. I'm probably using way too much product. It doesn't really take that much, but we will kind of see. I'm experimenting along with you. You're just actually seeing me experimenting. I haven't tried this one out. So, you know.
Sorry, Mary says glaze looks really smooth and consistency, easy to spread.
It is. It is. It's fun to work with, I'm telling you. And it's not really like anything I've used before. It's smoother in, it's not like paste because it's got that smoother texture to it. But this one, so one difference of this one between this one and the, just the chroma glaze, I've shown you the metallic chroma glazes and I've shown you regular chroma glazes, and those ones dry with more of a shine and they're just kind of glossy. And these ones will dry more matte. And unfortunately, I can almost guarantee this won't be dry while we're doing this, but that is why I prepared one ahead of time. All right, and we'll do one more color and then we'll smush it all with our brayer. So this one is the Blueberry Bushel. And just be prepared that you are gonna get stuff all over because it is a messy but fun technique. So like I said, I have way too much product on here, but we're gonna use every bit of it that we can possibly use. Okay, so now that we've got all of that on there, we're gonna take our brayer. This one's kind of big. I'm actually, I want to buy the one that Tim Holtz has because it's a little smaller. But this one's nice because it does go across the whole surface. Okay, so we've got, well, let's do one more time down. Okay, so we've got our first pull. Who did?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. So believe it or not, our first one we're going to do right on top of the stencil. So we're going to just see what we get. Actually, you know what? That's fine. We can do that, but I think we'll do it another way too. So this one is just kind of abstract, and that's fine. Now I'm going to take it off. And we're going to use it again. I didn't push very hard because I wanted to keep some of the product on the stencil, because we're going to use the stencil to do one of our pulls. So this one, I'm just going to use a larger sheet just so I have a little more room to work. I'm just going to push that on there. And if I am not completely covered in glaze by the end of this, then I'm not doing it right. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got our negative print of our dolphins. Isn't that fun? But we're not done yet. So here's another fun thing, is you don't want to waste all that. Look at all that product. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do a swipe right across our paper. Look how pretty. I love that. So now we've got a background. You can go over the sides more. I don't really have room because I have other stuff in the way right now, but I would probably go across the sides as well. But look how much fun that's going to be to do a card background. I love that. And let's do, just because there's still a lot of product, I'm going to do that one more time. And this one I'm going to just do more however it comes off, because I'm mostly cleaning my brayer.
Amanda says she's loving it.
Who said that?
Amanda, no.
Isn't it fun? I love it. And look at all that. Got plenty of color on there, and I like the variations because this is what mixed media is about. This is the fun. To be honest, I don't do as much mixed media as I do other things, but when I do it, I sure enjoy it. I need to do it more often. Okay, so now you can see we've got this nice juicy print ready to go. And also, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I might have been better off taking one more print while the stencil was still on, because we do have such a precise pattern in this print, but we'll see what we come up with. Thanks for putting up with my experimentation live. Because sometimes, you know, sometimes your experiments are brilliant. Sometimes not so much. But we're going to hope for the best. Let's see. Because I do have, like I said, a lot of product on here. I probably could have been a little bit more conservative. So let's take it off and see what we come up with. Oh, good. I like it. That's maybe a little crazy, but you know what? We can always embellish around that. But look at how fun that is. So much fun. So now we'll just set that one aside, and we are not going to waste all of this. We've still got plenty of product on there to do a second generation.
Mike Jacobs joined.
Hi, Mike. All right, so let's see what we've got from this one. And this one, I like that one even better. And honestly, this could probably be avoided if I actually just had pushed a little further out. But is that not fun? And I like how it blends in a little bit more on the second generation. So even then, I still like more stuff. I mean, if we're going to play, let's play. So I'm just going to spread this out a little bit more. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to take a print here. And I'll take this one off. Look at that. So simple. And look at all these card backgrounds we'll have for later. We can do whatever we want with them when we feel like it, when we have more time. Sometimes when you're just not feeling inspired, you don't have a real clear idea of what you want to craft. You just are kind of in the mood to be crafty, but maybe you've had a kind of cruddy day and your brain is tired, or, you know, you just might not have an idea of what you want to do. You just know you want to craft and you just don't know exactly what you want to do. So this is a great time to do something like this. It's very therapeutic.
Kathy joined.
Hi, Kathy. Thanks for watching. And I'm just, at this point, clearing everything off. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, I guess it'll be one of those I paint on, right? So far, I have no problem with this. And the fun thing is then sometimes, if you have done any kind of mixed media, then you know that you are going to want to layer and layer and layer anyway. So you could throw a stencil over the top of this and this harsh line. That is probably the only thing I'm just kind of going, You can get rid of that. So now I will show you how many things we got out of that one time through our gel press. Gel print plate, I think this one's called. We've got this one. We got this one. We got this one. We got that one. We got this kind of weird abstract one. And we got this one. So we've got all of these that we can play with. So you can just keep a little box if you want of...
Carolina's on.
Hi, Carol. So you can have just a little stash of your prints. And like I said, you can build on these. Like, how pretty would that be with some more stenciling on the top of that? So I think we should try one more time through with some different things. So I think we'll use the stencil of the month. I do need to just quickly...
Seal said it was great.
Thanks, Sil. And so easy. This is like the fun, just let it go kind of art. I love it. I tend to be a little bit more conservative when I'm doing things like, I could probably add more layers sometimes and stuff, and I just, you know, I don't know. This is just fun.
Hi, and Sharon Baker says it almost looks like shaving cream.
Oh yeah, it kind of does. Hi Sharon, and who was the other one?
Patricia.
Patricia, how you doing? Darren is so nice. He always moderates for me because I just have a hard time. For one thing, I can't see far enough to to see the comments, and for another, I just am better at concentrating on one thing at a time. But I just appreciate him, and he does a great job. He's a good one. All right. So now we are ready to play again. And this time I think we will try the glitter glaze because I want you to see how pretty it is. So this is the stencil of the month. Do you remember what it's called, Darren?
Which one?
The stencil of the month. This one. Is it Daisy?
I didn't say that.
I want to say it's Daisy. I apologize. I don't know off the top of my head.
Linda
But
Gorman says she loves using her gel plate.
aren't they fun, Linda? I think they are fun too. And it's relaxing.
Kathy says hello from Idaho Falls.
Hi, Kathy. All right, so we're going to try. I'm thinking this is one of my favorite colors. I mean, it's a classic palette. We've used it a million times, but it looks good. That's why it's one of my favorites. So we are going to try some pink Flamingo. Maybe I'll try to use a little less product this time. You know what? Maybe I'm kind of thinking I should have done that in the more systematic way, but it's a little late now, so we'll just see how it goes. And we'll put some, maybe we'll put some down here. We'll let that roll out a little bit more. And let's just roll that first so that the whole base design gets some of that on there. Worst case scenario, I'm out a piece of cheap cardstock, right? And a little bit of product. Okay, so now let's do some of the glitter.
Patricia likes the stencil.
Isn't that a pretty one? I like it too. I am a sucker for stencils anyway. I just think they're amazing. They're so versatile. I like versatile products for sure. And Brutus Monroe offers so many. All right. So let's kind of just mess with that a little bit. I don't want to go all the way to the top. I want to kind of play with it. And then let's do...
What's that color?
That was the glitter glaze.
That glitter glaze.
That's silver glitter glaze. And I don't even know what it's going to look like. I haven't tried it on my jelly plate yet. So you guys get to be part of the experiment. We can all be the judge after, right? And then this one is Night Sky. And that pink was the pink Flamingo I used before. So we definitely don't want to use too much of the black. We don't want it to overpower. So we'll just kind of softly blend that. And now,
I have put up links for all that stuff you're using.
thank you, Darren. Darren just told me he put up links for everything that I'm using. So if you have any questions, they will show up in the comments. So here's our first one. We're going to just roll it out. And again, I think that is so cool. Just fun. So we've got our first background. Can you see the glitter in that? Hopefully the light's catching that. There's a lot of glitter in this glitter glaze. It's really pretty. So we're going to put that to the side. I'm running out of places to put the wet stuff. Okay, so now let's do a pull from this. And this will be our kind of weird one because I'm not going to push it down too far. But it gives us a texture. So it gives us something to work with when we just want to build layers. So we'll set that one aside. Now we'll take the stencil off. Let me just put this underneath it. Like I said, I want to get the most bang for my buck when I do this. So I want as many prints as I can get out of one time through. So we're going to just see what we get from this now. Ooh, I like that. That's cool. So we've got like our negative print. Look at that. It's kind of subtle, but really pretty. And let's see. Let's do this one more time so I can just set it aside without it getting all over everything. And we could probably clean our brayer some more. I got most of that out on this one, so I don't have a lot left over like I did on the other one. So now let's see what we get on our actual print. This time I'm going to try to press more evenly. So I'm just going to take a piece of paper. I should have just used the one that was sitting there, but I didn't think about it until I had already touched it. Alright, so we'll just, this way we can press without getting it all over our hands. Let's see what we have. Love it! So much fun! And we still have another card's worth in there. So let's see what our last one looks like, and then I will show you what I did earlier. Does anybody have any questions? See, there's another poll.
Amanda says very pretty. I do love the stencils.
Aren't they fun? I love them too. We're just gonna use this to get whatever else is on there. So ordinarily, there's varying feelings on cleaning your gel press. Some people don't really clean them ever all the way. This one has glitter in it, so I for sure would want to get that glitter off because you don't always want glitter on your project. So I will wash that off. But a lot of people like to just get whatever they get, whatever's left on the gel press, that is on their next project, and they are good with that. So let's see. So these are some that I did last night. And this will show you more what the glaze looks like when it's dry. So these ones all came from the same pull. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, the one I'm missing is the one on the card. So this was me just cleaning off the plate and cleaning off the brayer. And I actually really love that. I see lots of fun in that. And I think stenciling something over the top of that with maybe some paint or just like something white might be cool with that. And when you use your stencil, you don't have to use the whole stencil. You don't have to get the whole pattern on there. You can just use a portion of it, and that makes a really cool look. This is the first pull. You can tell because it's got a lot of product. And then there's the second generation. And again, here's an occasion where I would want to stencil over that. It wouldn't bother some people, but for me, I just don't like that right there, especially. So I'd have to put more product on it. And then I think this is one of my favorite panels that I came up with. And that was just using the product that was left on the brayer. So I've got all of those I have got set aside, and then I'll show you the other colors that I did, and then I will show you the card I made from that last pull I just showed you. So these ones I used a few more colors. There's the first one. This was my first try through, so I was still getting used to the product, and I definitely found out right away that you don't need near as much as I put on there. And this is, I believe that one's the negative. Yes, that one's the negative. And then here is, I purposely left that on because I thought it was cool. That's just going down with the brayer. And then that one looks like a 3rd generation. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. And then this is just cleaning the brush, the brayer, and the plate. So now you've seen I've got a ton of backgrounds I can use, tons of canvases for whatever I want to play with. And then here's the card that I made using the one, this one actually I think is a negative print on that. That's what this one was. Yeah, that one's the negative. So you can see how much fun it is. So if anybody has any questions.
What's the name of that butterfly?
This butterfly stamp is called Take Flight. Have I forgotten anything else? Oh, I wanted to show you the glitter glaze when it dries.
Talking about the Falliday as well. But...
Yeah, that's why. Okay. So that silver glitter glaze, if you were just using that, I mean, really it's hard to tell from this because I've got it spread out so thin, but I used it on this with just a stencil, and you can see how pretty it dries. And this set is actually called Falliday, and it's got leaves. It's got these that can be used for the pines, or they can be used for the spines of the leaves. I love this set. All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining in, and thank you so much for supporting me. I really do appreciate it, and I really do enjoy our friendships. And thank you again, and I will see you next week. And we'll do some of those ATC cards. So if you've done some, my plan to use them is I'll probably do little ATC cards, and then honestly, for me, what I would see myself doing is maybe putting those on a card, or maybe swapping them out. But I think it'll be fun to play with them and see what you can do with them. It's new for me. I've never made one before. So if you've made them, I would love to hear more about them. So maybe if you want to write that in the comments, that would be great. All right. Well, take care. Bye.